Hi again everyone, it's me again, Kimmie. Welcome back to my channel. So for today, as you can see, we are actually going to my Nmat testing site. Also, if you are new in my channel, please do click the subscribe button and you can also hit the notification bell. So let's get started with this video. So just an overview guys, Nmat is always Sunday, and as you can see there are actually vendors near the bank, and the bank is actually closed because it's Sunday. There are people selling flowers, there are people going to the church because again it's Sunday. That's the church, that's the entrance of the church, and I haven't seen someone going to the testing site yet. So let's see. Oh, there it is. So if you are going to the testing site and you can see people bringing with them a plastic envelope, transparent plastic envelope, and especially if there are very few documents in that plastic envelope, definitely those people will take the NMAT too, just like you. And just in case if you have friends like these people, look at them. There are a group of friends. You can actually go together with your friends so that you will not be alone. But I'm alone this time because no friends can take the NMAT together with me. So there are really not so many people. The line is short and it's already 7 o'clock. Oh, that's the entrance. Look at that. Wait, there are so many people in the other side of the entrance. Look at that. So as you can see guys in the video, that was the actual video when I was going to my Nmat testing site. And I really thought there were not so many people, but I was mistaken. It was the people lining up were in the other side of the entrance. Because the original entrance, like, yeah, the entrance, you see the entrance, right? And usually people line up, and like mostly students will just line up in the first side that we saw. But I was surprised when we were going, like, going to do a turn. I saw a lot of people, and those people that you see in the video, it was not all. There were still people going at the back of the testing area entrance. And since it was already 7 a.m. and there were still a lot of people in the other entrance, what I did is I went to the other entrance, like the first entrance that we saw. So I went there, I was able to go inside the testing room very easily because there were not so many people lining in that area. So I really didn't understand why those people were lining in that part. In fact, it was very long line already. So yeah, there was a full scoop during that time. So I was really shocked, like, why are there so many people wanting to be doctors? Why are there so many people taking the MMAT? And is this the number of people who really want to be a doctor? Well, really, the competition is really fierce from the NMAT alone. So, see, you can imagine. And the testing site that I am assigned is in Cebu because I'm from Cebu. So imagine how about the testing sites in Manila, in Davao. If you will add them all, then you know NMAT is a percentile rank. So all the people who took the NMAT versus your score. That's usually the overview of percentile score. So it was really during part one it was really good. I think part one is really good if you really practice it well. I actually got higher scores in part one compared to part two. So yeah, part one is really great if you just really study. And actually, it's not really study in part one, strategies. So you need to have strategies in part one, and you need to have your own pace. Like which one is easier for you to answer. If you are very good in verbal, then you answer verbal last, because it's like this. If you will answer verbal, which is very easy for you, of course you will have great time. But I would suggest you to take first the sub test that requires a lot of time. Let's say, for example, perceptual acuity and perceptual art acuity. I actually started answering that first because you need to find which is different. Like most, the half part of perceptual acuity is which is the different one. Since your eyes is still refreshed and it's still not stressed, so it's best to start with perceptual acuity because you can easily detect, oh, which one is wrong, which one is not included in the group, something like that. Then you can go on. Like I would suggest you to answer also like the easier part, like for example in perceptual acuity, you think like you already go through 2 times that number but it's still not good, so you skip it, go to the next part, then answer, then just go back to it. The classroom was very cold. I did not bring a jacket. I was just wearing a long sleeve during the time. It was very cold, and it was very quiet. There were actually two proctors, one main proctor, like someone who will tell you the directions, how to take the Nmat, how like they will check also your in Nmat ID form, Nmat registration form, your TUR. So there's one main proctor. So then there's this one other proctor. I think she was an assistant proctor. So she's the one who really go around the classroom to check, because they're very strict with cheating and everything. And I was seated at the back part, like almost like really at the back part, like at the last seat. And she usually go around like she will pass through at the back, then go front like that. And it was really anxious. I was really anxious and a little bit disturbing, because even though you are not cheating, of course you want to focus, but then if someone is beside you, of course you will get distracted, right? So it was a little disturbing for me. For part one, you can like, if even if you finish earlier, you need to wait for everyone to finish. Then the main proctor will say like, okay, time's up. Pass the papers. So they will tell you, pass your answer sheet, then pass the questionnaires, then you can take your lunch. So I saw a lot of people still reviewing, and they were getting their bags from the guard, or like sometimes it's just outside, so they get their bags. So good thing the bags were secured, and like thank God for the testing site, it was really secured, because at least it's in the entrance, so the guard can still see it. And and it, it was big bags for some, because some test takers were from other places, not from Cebu. So they got their reviewers, they were still reviewing, and me, I did not bring anything. Like I did not even bring even one, like even the CM reviewer, I didn't bring anything. They were really anxious, still reviewing, and sometimes they have friends, like they will go together with their friends and talking about and questioning each other about something. So it was really devastating if you are alone taking the Nmat. But then again, I'm a mass comm graduate. I think no one would actually go with me to take the Nmat. I'm the only person in my batch who decided to become a doctor. So I was very anxious. I saw them. They were reviewing, and yeah, if you see those kind of people, just don't mind them. Just try to recall the things that you studied, especially about formulas or about processes of something, especially in biology. So the in organic chemistry, just recall what you studied. You don't be like don't allow them to distract your thoughts. Don't because there were this group of people, they were talking like, I don't know what they were talking about. Like, oh, I think I know that, but I forgot. So then that's the nervousness, the anxiousness going up already to me. So I would really suggest not to listen to them. All you need to do is just like go to a quieter place and maybe retouch. If you're a girl, you want to retouch your makeup, you can, and go to the bathroom. I mean, go to the comfort room um, before the part two, because you don't want to waste your time going to the comfort room. So go to the comfort zone first, then try to recall what you remember and what you studied. So because it will add up to your anxiousness, nervousness if you listen to them. In part two, I was struggling because there were a lot of concepts, especially in physics and chemistry. So I'm really good at physics when it comes to problems, like equations. I'm really good at equations. Like that's why quantitative also was actually great for me because equations. But in physics and chemistry, there were a lot of concepts. I think I cannot remember if there were more than 5 equations in physics. So in chemistry usually there are like balancing in organic chemistry, like I can't remember if there were really balancing. I can remember there are a lot of organic chemistry, and if you are not a science related course graduate, you don't have any background of organic chemistry because organic chemistry is like the higher level of chemistry already. So I remember a lot of organic chemistry. So I was really shocked during that time, and I really almost did not finish. So like I was already in the social science, like I was still in the number 20, but there were like 15 minutes left, or less than 15 minutes. Then I was still in number 40, and there were just 5 minutes left. And social science part, you need to read a lot because it's situational, like regression, regression, so like closure. So there were a lot of scenarios. It's very long, so I was very worried. I was really just shading. I was just reading the general idea. I'm not reading everything. So I was shading like that. So I almost did not finish. So my tip here is that get to the easiest. Going around you.